Okay, this is going to be the Conics video for 2017-2018. This is a new video for the most part. A lot of new content here as well. All right, let me make sure that you can see all that before I graph it. Fantastic. Okay, so what you want to do, Vertex and Focus. Okay, the idea here, a couple things. You can do a couple ways. Number one, make sure that your y-coordinate, anything inside the parentheses will be opposite. So I put that for there, and this will follow. So outside, you'll have that. So -4, -1. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1. Okay, and what's going to happen here is, since it's x equals, and that's a -6, okay, it's going to open this way, right? Maybe your teacher is more specific on that, but that's what you need, okay? If you want to do it another way, you can go to Menu, Conics, okay? Find the one that's x equals, which would be that one. You put in -6. Once again, you put in opposite, -1. Follow is -4. Okay? All right, this is what you got. G-solve vertex, you can confirm the vertex. G-solve focus, -4.04, -1. Okay? Same thing here, my vertex will be 5, -8.
Mr. Mayor, please come to the
1,
main
2,
office.
3,
Mr.
4,
Mayor,
5.
please come to the main
1,
office.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, since it's y equals, it will go up like this. All right. Once again, now on this conic, you want to pick the y equals 1. All right, I put 4, I put 5, and I put -8. And the idea is it should look like our picture, and it does. G-solve vertex, 5, -8. G-solve focus, 5, -7.93. Okay? All right. These, write the equation. Okay, so what you want to do is do a sketch of this. Okay, so 4, -3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. All right, 5, 6, 7. Here's my focus. My vertex is here, so this is going to go like this. Okay, so at this point I know I'm going to have an x equals 1. Okay, x equals with y squared. So I got to be careful. +3, +4. Make sure that lines up. Now, to get this part, that's 1 over 4p. Okay? So what I want to do is the p represents the distance from it's like the focus to the vertex, vertex. So that's 3 spaces. So that's going to be 1 over 12. Okay? And you can confirm a couple of things here. All right? If you go back into this, I put 1 over 12, 1 divided by 12. I put -3. It's okay that turns to a decimal. And I put 4. All right? The idea here is G-solve vertex. It fulfills that. G-solve focus. It fulfills that. So a way you can double check. Okay, this one, -2, 5. Would be here. The vertex would be, focus would be here. That means this is going to go like this. So what that's going to be is y equals x squared. Okay? That's going to be +2 + 5. Okay? 1 over 4p. Once again, the distance here is 5. So that's going to be 4 times 5, which would be 1 over 20. Now, since this goes down, it has to be a negative. All right? So when I go back into this conic thing, all right, let's say I made a mistake. Let's say I thought it was 1 divided by 20, okay? And then I got +2 and then +5, okay? All right? Actually, I'm sorry, be -2. Okay, say I got that. Well, that looks clearly wrong because it's not upside down, so that's why that's got to be negative, okay? And if I do G-solve vertex, -2, 5, G-solve focus, -2, 0. That's the way you can confirm. Okay, this is basically the same thing. This will be y equals x squared. Okay, I have a 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so 2, 2. All right, not a great example, but that's all right. And this is 1, 2, and 3. So this will be 1/12, and I'll have to make that negative. So 1 over 4p, I have times 3 there. Okay, once again, I can confirm all that. Okay, positive 2, draw. Okay, G-solve vertex. It's my vertex, G-solve focus. That's my focus, so all that checks out. Okay, going over here to ellipse. Okay, my center is 1, -4. Now, the reason why this now is opposite is because we always do opposite of what's inside of that. Okay, so what I'd like to do, 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4 down. Okay, to graph it, I'm going to sort of do both at the same time. To graph it, I'm going to take these are the x radius squared. That's what this represents. So I want to square root that number. So that's going to be 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm going to square root this number. This is the y radius. Okay, squared. So then that's going to be 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's what a picture looks like. Okay, all right, there you go for that. If you want to go in and figure that out, you go in and find the conic. That is the ellipse, and you just put all this stuff in. So that's going to be 2. Okay, that's going to be 6. Okay, that's going to be 1. That's going to be -4. All right, looks just like our picture. G-solve center. 1, -4 is my center. G-solve vertices. I got all my vertices. So my vertices, you can do that from the picture too. Or 1, 2, 3, -4. -1, -4. And 110, or 1, -10. Okay? All right, G-solve focus, 1.6. If I hit down, 1, -9.6. Okay? This one, my center would be -2, 0. Okay? I would go 8 in this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Square root of this would give me 3. So 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Once again, I can go in there. Now I would choose 8. Okay. I would choose 3. I would choose -2, and I would choose 0. Okay, same picture. G-solve center confirms my center. G-solve vertices, I got 6, 0, and -10, 0. I got -2, -3, and -2, 3. Okay, my focus, 5.40 and -9.40. Okay, that's pretty simple. All right. Okay, getting on to our clue questions. Let me go to problem 9 first. This is pretty easy. This will help you set up. The center here will be 0, 0. So that would be x squared plus y squared equals 1. Okay, what I want to count is my radius here. That's 5. I would square that and put that underneath x, because that's the x direction. This is the y, so 2 squared would be 4. So that would be the equation for that. So that's what you want to try to do here. Take that number, square it, put it underneath x. Put that number, square it, put it underneath y. So I'm going to start out with my center here. X squared plus y squared equals 1. Don't leave your details out. Nothing in there, -4 here. Okay? Now, it says my vertices, and what you might want to do is make a sketch, okay, somewhere. All right? So 7, 4, Okay, I think that's not correct. That should be 7, positive 4. Okay, so make that correction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then negative 3, 4. Okay, so here are your two vertices. So you look at how far are those apart. Those are 10 spaces apart. So moving in 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will put me right there. Now that 5 amount helps me with two different things. First thing it helps me with is that's going to be what's underneath x. The other thing is that tells me what the center is, which is 2, 4. So it's going to be minus 2 and the minus 4. Okay, now I want to get the minor axis.
Andrea Flamenco, please come to the main office. Andrea Flamenco, please come to the main office.
If the minor axis is 8, what that means is, yeah, so ignore this center deal. That shouldn't be here. Okay, all right. So minor axis is 8, so that's 4 each way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so it's 4 this way, 4 this way. Okay, so it's 4 each way. So that would give me a total of 16. So you take that amount and square it. Okay, my vertex here is 5, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. Whoops. And then 5, negative 7. Okay, so you look at this. Those are 8 spaces. So that means I would go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that 4 amount here helps me in 2 regards. Okay, all right, I'd have x squared plus y squared equals 1. Okay, now those 4, I would square that, it would be 16. Now the other thing that helps me with is that means my center is 5, negative 3. So I would have x minus 5, x plus 3. Okay, now it says the minor axis is, so I have to go the other way, 2. 2 this way, 2 this way. All right, so that's a length of 2 and 2, so I would square that and be 4. The big thing is this represents the whole length when they give you this, not the parts. So if the whole thing is 4, it's half as much. Okay, so ignore that, that's a mistake on there. Okay, now we're moving into hyperbola. Okay, my center, I've got to be careful with this. Your center here is going to be negative 1, 0. Okay, because there's nothing inside of that. So what I want to do is I'm going to go to negative 1, 0. All right, square root of this is going to be 5. Now since it's underneath y, I'm doing 5 in the y direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Can we use a different marker for the other one? This one, take the square root, it's going to be 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So the idea here is that you make a little box and it goes through here, the diagonals. All right. Now the idea here is since y is first, that means it's going to open this direction. Okay? Since y is first, it opens up or down. For this one, it's going to open left or right. Once again, if I want to see what this looks like, to confirm it, I go ahead and I find the conic that looks like, actually that's not the right one, that is. Okay, so this would be 5, this would be 7, this would be 0, this would be negative 1. Always the opposites for the things inside. So draw it, that's what it looks like. G-solve vertex, I got my vertex is negative 1, 5, and negative 1, negative 5. If you look at G-solve, I think if you scroll you can get the center if you wanted the center. G-solve focus, negative 1, 8.6. Negative 1, negative 8.6. Okay, very important, y is first. This one, my center is 2, negative 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. So I take the square root of that, which would give me 6. And since it's underneath x, it's x direction. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, this one, the other way I'm going to go is green, which is the square root of that, which is 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, make my rectangle through those points, diagonals through the center. Okay, this is going to open right and left, right and left. Okay, now when I go into this conic, okay, I got to find the other one, which is this one. It'll be 6, 2, 2, and -3. Looks like ours, G-solve vertex, 8, -3, and -4, -3. Focus, G-solve focus, 8.3, -3, and -4.3. Okay, there's that information. Okay, all right, we'll go down to this one. Okay, what you want to do here is look at this center, which is 1, 2, 3, 3, 2. Since it opens left and right, 3 squared minus y minus 2 squared equals 1. Okay, all right, so it's 2 this way, so that would give me 4. If I make a little rectangle through the diagonals, I think what they want is for you to look at it like this. Okay, all right, something of that nature. All right, so that height would just be 1 apiece, so that's going to be 1. Okay, vertices and focus. All right, what you want to do is make a sketch, 2, 5, 10, 5. All right, so here's your vertices. Your focuses are at 0, 5 and 12, 5. So what you know is you know this. It opens around that. So that's going to be x squared minus y squared equals 1. Get your form first. Okay, now these are 8 spaces away. That means that the halfway point would be 4 spaces. Okay, that 4 helps me because I got 16, got to square that x direction. If I move 4 over, that would put me at 6, 5. So that would be minus 6 minus 5. Okay, now what you want to rely on is the formula that says this. B squared is equal to c squared minus a squared. Well, what's c squared? Well, we got c is the radius from the focus to the center. All right? So if my center is 6, 5 and my focus is 0, 5, that means in this problem my c would be 6. Okay? And then so I got b squared is equal to 36 minus 16, which would give me 20. Okay? Vertices. Okay, -3, 9. And -3, -3. Okay, so they're telling us these are the vertices, so that means it's going to open this way. All right, minor ones, -5, 3, and -1, 3. Okay, now this is 12 spaces. So halfway would be 6. So that puts me right here. All right. So I know since it opens up or down, it's going to look like this. That 6 helps me because that's 36. Be underneath y. This also puts me at -3, 3 for the center. Whoops. Puts me at -3, 3 for the center. So what I would have is x minus 3, x plus 3. They're sort of doing you a favor here by telling you that the minor is that, so that would only be 2, which is, if you square that would be 4. Okay, last one is circle. This is pretty easy. Okay, your circle, that should be center, not vertex. Center. All right, the center would be 2, -4. Radius would be 6. So what you do is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 6 each way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go, there's your center. Center here would be 0, 5. Okay? The radius would be 5. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? All right, write the equation. Circle's easy because it's all on one line. All right, nothing in there, positive 5 there. Square that would give me 144. Okay, this one would be squared plus y squared equals, I would put plus 8 here, minus 4 here. Now, with square root of 40, what I would do, all right, you can do a couple ways. Square root of 40 on your guys' calculator, hit the fraction and decimal, get yourself the decimal and square it. Or you can do square root of 40, make sure you have parentheses around it and square it. That makes that 40. Okay, this equation would be x squared plus y squared equals blank. Okay, if I count in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be a radius of 5, which would make that 25. Okay, my center is at 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 4, positive 2, so x plus 4, y minus 2. Okay, and I think that's it for that. Oh, I have room to write. Whoops. Okay, now, very important with these. Okay, all right, very important with these, and we're almost running out of battery here. Okay, the first thing you should figure out is if it's a parabola or not. A parabola is going to have one squared term. That's the easiest to figure out. Then the hyperbola is going to have a minus in front of the two square terms. Okay? Then the next easiest one to figure out is circle. Okay? If it's not one of those, that means the number in front of the square terms is the same. Okay? So I look at this one. Okay? It's got two square terms, so it's not this. It doesn't have a minus, so it's got to be the last one, which is ellipse. This one over here, we got a minus between them, which makes that a hyperbola. This one, because it only has one square term, that's going to be a parabola. This one, okay, it's not a parabola. I'm sorry, it's not a parabola. It's not a hyperbola because that's plus. These aren't the same. This is an ellipse. Okay? This one, okay, two square terms, so not a parabola. No minus, not a hyperbola. Since those are the same, it's a circle. This one, since it has one square term, automatically a parabola. Okay? So if you just go through and practice some of that stuff, be good with the calculator, you should do well.